Okay, I've got the hamburger over there frying, and I'll show you. I've got the pepperoni, but I will go to my daughter went to Costco and she bought the cooked diced bacon, and we had omelets, and I was like, that's so good. And so we don't have a Costco here, so I went over to a place we have called the Chef Store or Cash and Carry. They have big 5-pound bags of the diced bacon. It's cooked, it's ready to go, and it's so handy for things like pizza. Or every morning I wake up super early, like at 4:45, and I make our son like a breakfast sandwich to go, and I just put this in with the scrambled eggs with the cheese and eggs on the bun. But it's nice to have. So what I do is I get the big 5-pound bag, and just like I do with my chocolate chips and my nuts, I divide it down into smaller bags. So I usually do about, maybe there's about 4 cups in one of these. I don't know what the weight is, but that's what I do. Okay, so that's handy. I've got some mozzarella cheese. I still have a couple bags of I grated this, but I still have a couple bags of the Parmesan cheese, so I'm going to use that up. Now I'm going to treat my pan. Now this pan has been with me in my kitchen for, well, I've been married 46 years, and I got this when we got married. So don't look at it too hard. Anyway, okay, so there's that. Now I'm just going to take the dough, and I'm going to put it here. And I'm just going to start spreading it. And it spreads real easy. It's nice. So I'm actually making this a little bit early. And I'm just going to make the whole thing, and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge. And then it'll take about 12 to 18 minutes. So around 10 to 6, I'll put it in the oven. But I'm just going to sit here and spread this. Now you could make a half this size, and it'll be a thick crust. But I like to make this whole pan, and it makes a thin crust. So it's good. Let me go check my bacon. I'll be right back. I meant my hamburger. So this is going to be like an all meat thing. Another thing that's really good is those hot Italian sausages cut up on here. If you want to do your peppers and mushrooms. Jake doesn't like mushrooms, so I don't put them on. Peppers, onions, anything you want goes good. But you see how I have the little bits of herb in that crust? The dough works so good. And it just kind of, after you let it sit for a few minutes, about 5 minutes, because if you don't, then it wants to spring back. So that kind of makes it relax, and it will behave. So, and it's easy to make, and it's always good. Like every single time it's good. And I always try to make sure that it's even. I don't have any of those little, you can see like the pan through a couple of the finger dents. I don't want that. Oh, there we go. So that didn't take too long. See, try to even it all out. There we go. And I like to make it go up on the sides. After I do it, I'll kind of come around and do this deal. And there is a thing, I used to sometimes make it go all the way up and then put a little sprinkling of mozzarella cheese and then fold that over, make like a little stuffed crust. You can do that too. You can use this same dough to make like a calzone. If you put everything here and then folded it over, same-o. It's good dough. Good pizza crust dough. Okay. So, made me a little hole, but you can fix it right up. Okay. I'm going to get this even. When I was young, I never put all the extra stuff in. I just went by the recipe. But then I started getting a little bit more creative. So let yourself have a good time with your pizza dough. Okay. All right. That looks all right to me. Now I've got the spaghetti sauce is all nice and heated, and that just helps incorporate the flavors. So see, I'll tell you, I always bring a second can. I don't know why. I guess it's just because the cans seem so little. So I always bring a second one. Ooh, it smells all pizza-y. There we go. Now, I'm going to spread that around on there. And then I'm going to put my little herbs from my herb garden on there, just to add a little flavor. One time, I went to an Italian restaurant, and they had a basil pizza. It was delicious. It was just the tomato sauce with big leaves of basil over it. Let's shake it a little bit, get it kind of evened out. It's just good. So this will make a nice pizza, and it'll have enough for Jake and Brian, I'm probably not going to have any, but they'll have enough and I'll be able to send a piece to lunch with Jake too. So this is a good amount. Okay, if you want to make more, if you're like super thick sauce person, you can do that. And then of course it will take, I've done it with like a pint of my home canned pizza sauce. And I'm going to give it a little shake. And it just kind of helps spread it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now is time for the cheese. No specific measurement here. I just did it. The only thing you need the measurements on really are the dough and the sauce. The rest of it is whatever you want it to be. I was thinking about doing one of those Alfredo sauces one time though, and do like spinach and chicken. That sounds good. But because the dough is fabulous for anything. Okay. And I'm gonna put the Parmesan on there too. Oh, that's about right. Okay. Oops. We'll do a little Parmesan. And I had this, so I have to use it up. I use my little Susties grater now, but I still had this, so we got to use it. But the grater just whips through cheese like crazy. I love it. Okay, I'll put that there. Okay, look good? Now I'm going to do my hamburger. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that all around. And you can load it up with all kinds of, I mean, if you want a lot of anything, you can do that. I tend to kind of not want so much stuff because I put my pepperonis over the whole thing too. But that bacon is genius. If you ever go to Costco, you'll see that bacon. Makes it super easy for stuff like this. All right. Okay, there's my hamburger. Now I'm going to do my bacon. You see, it's just bacon, just all cooked and diced up. I used to get up and every week I would do a whole pound of bacon, so I'd have bacon strips to put on Jake's morning sandwich. But I don't do that anymore. I just mix the bacon in with the eggs. It's perfect. Okay. Oops. So this is good. Mushrooms are good on here. Okay. And now the pepperonis. Now I'm not going to make you watch me lay these out. I will come back when the pizza is covered with pepperonis. So I'm just going to lay them out like that all the way down. I'll be right back. Oh, before I put the pepperonis on, I'm going to tear up some basil pieces and put in here. And some of my oregano from my flowers or from my herb garden. See there? Just give it a little bit of natural flavor, some extra boost of yumminess. I suppose I should probably write this recipe down somewhere else because of all the places we've moved and all the things, I have never lost it, knock on wood, because, well, now I've got it on here. So this is oregano, and this is the pizza. I've got the hot and spicy oregano too, but this one is the Italian pizza oregano. That's what it's called. Good. So let me tear up a few of these basil leaves and I'll throw them on there, and then I'll put the pepperoni on, and then I'll be back. All right, there, it's done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this in the fridge. It's okay. I'm just making it early. It's okay to just let it set and rest. Is fine. And then, like I said, it'll take about 12 to 18 minutes. And then I will show you when it is all finished because it's going to be fabulous. The timer just went off for the pizza, so I'm going to grab it and show you. So good. It's perfect. Oh, it's hot in there. Okay. There we go. How does that look for a delicious pizza? It's dinner time. I love it. This is my favorite pizza recipe of all time. See there? All sizzly. And you know it's done when the crust around the edges starts to pull away. That's how we like it. You can do what you want, but I like it when it kind of comes away because that gives it the crispy bottom. Let me see if I can pull it up and show you somehow how the bottom turns out. Let me see if I can hold this up here. And you can see the underside, ooh, hot, is crispy. It's too hot. But anyway, the underside gets all nice and crispy, toasty, and it turns out so perfect every single time. Love this recipe. Been making this recipe. See how perfect the bottom is? For over 40 years, 46 years. I got it the first house we lived in when we first got married. So I hope you guys give it a try. If you do, let me know if you liked it. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.